Okay, we'll call the meeting back to order, and DJ Barnhart is here with us.
All right. Good morning. How's everybody doing?
Oh, it could be warmer, but
It may be freezing, but we're still moving.
yeah.
The first item I want to bring up is the contract with the Kansas Department of Transportation for spraying noxious weeds in the right-of-way. I'm going to have to ask for a agreement and signature on that. I've talked to Bill Lee, and he's agreed that $50 an hour for labor and $50 an hour equipment was perfect with him.
I got that to go through Norton for approval.
He did. I believe he talked to them.
He talked to them.
But
Yeah.
no, this is them sending it to us for your approval that you want me to spray noxious weeds in their right of way, which we've done for many, many years.
And many, many times.
Yes.
Poison ain't cheap.
No. All right, look at that.
Get your pickup good.
No, it's going to be 5 to 7 weeks. It's in the factory now. They're working on the assembly line. Didn't get actually put in there until January 8th. So they closed the plant down for the end of December from the 15th and didn't get open until the 4th. So they didn't pick my order up until the 8th. And all I've been told is 5 to 7 weeks for delivery.
Yeah, it's crowding. They're pretty close to.
Yeah. And this is just a copy that the state has approved me to be the weed director, and then I qualify to follow the noxious weed law.
When did you declare that a bolt missile was noxious? Or was that you?
No, that was a board of commissioners. That had been prior to the 2006, according to the last paperwork I had.
Was before I was here.
And then I have the annual noxious weed report that'll be sent to the Kansas Department of Agriculture. I'll need you to agree with it and signatures. This page here is the summary. The report is only after the 10 section surveys that are required by the state. They pick at random and send to me at this time every year to put in within the report. And within there, just on the acres of 10 sections, there was 102 acres of bull thistle, no burr ragweed, 8,160 acres of Canada thistle, 4,182 acres of field bindweed, 8,364 acres of musk thistle, and 510 acres with prairie dogs on it, totaling 21,318 acres of noxious weeds and prairie dog. And going down is my herbicide disbursement summary for the year. 2,4-D, there was 8,630 ounces. Aminopyrrolid, which is the milestone, is 445.5 ounces. Chloropillar lid, which is wide match, is 368 ounces. Dicamba, 6 ounces. And Picloram, which is Tordon 22K, is 6,656 ounces for the year dispersed from my department. There was no legal notices, enforcements, anything against tax rolls, except for the publishment of the general notice that will happen again here in March. And that is the overview of the Reed report. And then the letter I have for you is my plan of action to the state and for us as the county of what we plan to do throughout next year. If you want me to read that to you, I will. I just figured you guys have a copy.
We all got it, you got a copy in that plan, so.
DJ, I have a concern.
Yes.
That is in regards to the noxious weed and taking care of those noxious weeds. You kind of contradict yourself in that you're promoting aerial spraying, but there are areas that aerial spraying is not appropriate. But I know of landowners where they are being told they need to do aerial spraying in just these areas, where it is river bottom that's wooded. And in your letter, it's saying that that's not conducive, and so you've had to do a lot of ground spraying in those areas.
Yes, in the heavy, like where the Russian olive, tamarisk, that you are never going to get ground penetration from an airplane, that yes, we have to bring a ground rig in. And I'm sorry, I didn't realize that I was contradicting my own ideas, Leslie. And this can be changed. This isn't going to be sent out anytime right now before February.
Okay. But I think it needs to be made clear that, yes, there are certain areas that aerial spraying is not appropriate. And so the promotion is not for everyone as a blanket, but that, you know, there needs to be a specific discussion whereby the landowner doesn't feel that that is the only option.
Yes.
But that there are other options. And if they're able to show that they are actually taking care of the issue, that it can just be monitored.
Yes, I
Very
agree. No, I agree.
Perfect.
I would
Wonderful.
love
We're on
to.
the same page.
Yes, make sure that is portrayed as that and not anything different.
Great. Thank you, DJ.
Any other questions from you guys about any of this?
We'll give everybody a chance to read your proposal.
How much do you have in your budget this year?
$93,000.
That's good.
Yeah.
As many acres of weeds you got.
What time you said that meeting was at the high school? 2/7. Community Foundation. 7? I gotta make a note or I'll get it sure. Let's do the agreement with KDOT first.
KDOT agreement.
Oh, they're pretty boilerplate.
Okay, do we hear a motion to go ahead and approve the agreement with the Kansas Department of Transportation? Their agreement to treat noxious weeds, labor cost, it's $50 per hour. And $50 an hour to rent the equipment.
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then we have DJ's noxious weed management plan for Cheyenne County. He submits to the state of Kansas. Any discussion about this?
I can revise some of this, Leslie, and
I think it's just a
shoot-
matter of, if anyone asks.
Yes.
I mean, it can be explained within what you have here. It's just, maybe next time we'll make it more clear.
I just wanted it more clear that I intend to work harder on my right-of-ways to give landowners incentive to keep their properties cleaned up and worked on, and that aerial spraying, ground spraying, mechanical means, or as much options as they can have, that I'm here to help them with, if they would like it.
Wonderful.
You forgot shovel work.
What's that?
You forgot shovel work.
Oh,
You're
yes.
not helping with that.
That, well, I do, actually. That's part of the mechanical. That's. I do that in our own right of way. Sometimes it's easier to jump out of the shovel and chop the plant out than it is to fire up everything and spray it.
Copy that.
You need a copy of that.
Yes. Yes. I'll get you copies of all that, Jimmy.
Okay.
Next thing I have is the Fairbank equipment quote for the rest of the parts and interface that I will need for the new pickup to make it a road spring. And that totaled out to $3,992.13 for all of the parts. I will be doing the labor myself. And I'd like a motion to agree that I can spend that amount on the parts.
I guess I had a copy I didn't need to read. There we go.
I tried to make everybody a copy this time so that way we all look at our own.
I shuffle this paper back and forth and around 2 or 3 times.
Because I hold all bids, equipment, everything, I keep that in file. I think I have to keep that in file for at least a year. I don't throw much away.
Well, it's a good idea because we found that we have a lot of questions that need to be answered from the past, and to find that information is almost impossible.
And I do know that, I'm sorry, this is dated 11/1/17, but I checked with him and he said the price is the same.
Yeah.
You get new booms with this outfit, or you gotta put all this on.
No, I gotta put all that on. That's just the hosing and the piping and the
I seen
plumbing.
that, it didn't mention.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna use as much parts off the old boom as I can.
Mitchell's boom, the one on that old Ford pickup.
Yeah. And using, them nozzles are $230 a piece.
Well, yeah, but we don't wanna stick it on a boom, it's gonna fall apart either.
Well, I agree with that. I'm gonna go more with the, everybody's into this new boomless spring, and I'm gonna try that on this one.
How's it work?
All right.
It fans out and has arms to move and control your roadside nozzles, and then I still have the main spray bar in the back, or I can put it in front bumper to cover what's underneath the vehicle while it sprays out the side as a boomless.
I'd like one of them for that old big international truck, go look at it.
And I can get a 40-foot path out of it.
Of course, I think they might cannibalize that one.
Anything's possible. Okay, any discussion about DJ's request for parts? Do I hear a motion to go ahead and approve the purchase of these parts for $3,992.13?
I so moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay.
I would like to request 10 minutes of executive session to talk to you guys about some job evaluation and job description things upon my
For
department.
non-elected, non-appointed personnel?
Yes.
Okay, do I hear a motion to go ahead and approve that?
I so moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Leslie.
You're welcome.
I'm trying.
Trust me, she has to help us too.
You didn't have to.
I have this book.